Yo, what's happening, people? Okay. Oof. Had to take a little step away, so sorry about that, Dan. Wasn't actually in the room when you came through, but I appreciate you coming through, appreciate everybody coming through. Big up to you. We are live right now, live from the village right now. It is 6 minutes past 8 p.m. right now. It is the 16th of April. It's the 16th of May, 2023 right now. It is TV Tuesday right now. We're about to start the brand new season. Well, not even brand new. This is like 1992, 3, something like that. Well, brand new for us. Brand new season of the X-Files. We did X-Files season 1. Put up a poll. And you guys voted to watch X-Files season 2 right off the bat. Didn't want to watch nothing else. Didn't want to watch The Walking Dead. Didn't want to watch Breaking Bad. Didn't want to watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Although that did get quite a few votes itself. But in the end, X-Files season 2 was like, you know what, we've done season 1, we're going to do season 2 right off the bat. So that's what we're doing right now. X-Files season 2. Disney Plus, if you have Disney Plus, or DVD, Blu-ray, whatever you got it on. It's Tuesday, my dudes. Yes, sir. Get it ready on 0. Let me switch over to this screen and talk for a little bit. Oof, all right. How's everybody doing? How you doing, Dan? BD in a place to be. Oof. Oof. Let me adjust this camera a little bit. It is TV Tuesdays. And we're watching the X-Files, episodes 1 to 3. We'll start it in a little bit. I'm doing alright, man. I'm doing alright. I guess pretty regular day, you know, did some driving work in the morning. I went gym, did some driving work in the morning. I should be eating tacos. Yeah, Taco Tuesday. Indeed. Well, we talking tacos, we talking, tacos. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking when we say tacos? Because I guess either way, really. Either way. But yeah, pretty regular day. Did some editing. I think I've got about 5 minutes worth of editing to do for the Batman video, and by 5 minutes worth of editing, that's not meaning it's. I mean, you know this, I'm sure, Dan, but I don't mean it's gonna take 5 minutes to complete it. But there's about 5 minutes worth of the video left to kind of edit. And that could take, I mean, who knows, that could take maybe a few hours to do. And hopefully I can get that done, if not tomorrow, maybe by Thursday or Friday. The best is Batman ever. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Why Batman the movie is not trash. I usually talk about why a movie is trash. This time I'm talking about why it's not trash. But Batman the movie from 1966, starring Adam West and Burt Ward. People don't understand how good this movie is, so I'm gonna have to explain it to them. That's what this video is about. I'm gonna have to explain it to them why this movie and why this is the best Batman ever. Adam West. But yeah. Hopefully trying to finish that tomorrow or this week at least. But yeah, pretty regular day. I was looking at this thing about the post office where I sent that letter nearly a month ago. I was trying to get in contact with the post office. I called them up and they tell me I've got to wait 20 minutes on the phone to speak to somebody. I was like, man, I ain't trying to wait 20 minutes on the phone. So I think I'll probably just send it again. Just go to the library tomorrow, print it off again, fill it out again, and send it again. It sucks, but I'm trying to sit on the phone for 20 minutes. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, come on. How are we in 2023 and you're trying to make man wait 20 minutes to speak to somebody? Like, that is not okay. I used to work in a call center, and even then, this is like 2013 and earlier, even then we weren't making people wait 10 minutes or 20 minutes to speak to somebody. Like, at most it might be like 4 or 5 minutes, and that was like considered long. If somebody waited like 5 minutes to speak to somebody, that was considered a long wait. And now I tell a man it's like, oh yeah, 20 minutes. It's 20 minutes this week. Just like, bro, you taking a piss? Come on, taking a piss. But anyway, the energy, the car spring alone already makes it worth it. Oh, for sure. I just think at the time it was made, like it was like, you know, very campy and very like on what's the word? Like they I mean they knew, I mean even for its time, like even in the 60s, they knew they were making like a campy Batman. You know, it wasn't you know, dark and brooded and multi. I mean, well, to be fair, you know, to be fair, it did excuse me. Ooh, excuse me. It did have some layers to it, so it weren't completely like shallow, but it wasn't necessarily trying to be a deep, intricate story either. It was mostly, yeah, just make it. They wanted to make a fun movie. In fact, it even says it in the beginning of the film, like right at the beginning of the film, it says for the lovers of pure entertainment and escapism. Like it's made to be just a fun film, and they really nailed it, you know, with that, you know. And yeah, it has its moments where it gets a little serious, but even when it gets serious, it does it in a fun way, you know. Watching it like some 60 years later, you know, you could definitely look into it a bit more and be like, oh, that's kind of interesting, you said that back in 1966. But you know, yo, what up, Sam? Excuse me. Sam B in the place to be. Oh, sorry. I just need to Ooh. Oh. Sorry about that, fellas and lady fellas. Feeling a little bit chilly. Just put a jacket on and just put some socks on. Oh. You right? You right? You got the plague. Well, I am sick with it, so you know, just might. Ooh. All right. But yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to finishing that video and putting it out. Black Death all over again. I don't know, Sam. You being racist or something with that? Sam's getting racist. I thought we were friends. I thought we were buddies. Yo, what up, Brax? Brax Spivvy in a place to bivvy. We're about to watch the X-Files Season 2. Episode 1. Episode 1 is called Little Green Men. If you have Disney Plus, or any way you can watch it, get it ready on Zero. We'll start the show rather, in a moment. Starting just a little bit. Yeah, X-Files Season 2. The next 24 episodes over the next however many weeks it takes. 3 episodes a week, 24 episodes. What's that, 12? No, I can't count. What's 24 divided by 3? Is that 12? Is that 12? I think that's 12. 24 divided by 3 is 12, isn't it? It's 8 actually, never mind. It's 8. I was close. I was close. millions. You're the one spreading it. Spreading it through the internet. Achoo, achoo. Yeah, my rap lyrics are so sick. When I spit, you get an ear infection through your headphones. That's how sick I am. That's how ill I am. I'm the illest MC. I got the sickest rhymes all of the time. You got Plague Hat. I've got my Star Wars t-shirt on right now. So yeah, Plagueis. Yeah. I think Dan might get that. I'm not sure anybody else would. I'm not sure anybody else would. That was a joke for Dan. Oof. This damn chair. There we go. Nice, nice. Oof. But yeah, man. What's a guanin? What's a guanin? What's a guanin in the world? You know, I did see something actually. I didn't read the article. I just saw the headline. Let me see if I can find it again. It was something about Rolf Harris, actually. Y'all know Rolf Harris? Something about Rolf Harris and cancer. Yeah, here we go. Rolf Harris very sick and unwell amid neck cancer battle as ambulance spotted outside his home. So apparently, Rolf Harris has neck cancer. That's news from 5 days ago. Staying away from you. Not personally. Know who? Oh well. Yeah, Rolf Harris, well, he used to be back in, I guess, 80s? Maybe 70s, 80s? I mean, I know him from 80s when I was a kid. But he used to be a very well-liked, well-loved celebrity. You know, he drew cartoons and he would make funny noises and it was all fun and games. And then it turns out while he was doing that, he was doing some not so good things to some people of very, very young ages. So yeah. Paris, yeah, I know him. Had a beer with him yesterday. Well, you might not want to be associated too much with Rolf Harris, Dan. if you're having beers with him. Maybe next time he offers to buy you a drink, just be like, you know what? I'm good. I'm good. I don't need to be seen with Rolf Harris. I don't need to be seen with that dude. That's I did buy some games today actually. So I'm pretty sure Dan and Brax would do this from time to time. Sam, maybe you'll do this as well. We'll see. But so you know Steam, the game service Steam, they do sales every now and then, right? And the thing about their sales is that you know you have stuff, you put the stuff in your wish list, so it'll let you know when it's on sale, and they will often like reduce the prices like good. You know what I mean? Like something that's normally worth, normally sells for like £15, it might drop it down to like, you know, £2, £3, £4, stuff like that, right? So their sales are good, you know what I mean? And it'll tell you like, okay, this sale's gonna end, you know, end of May or whatever it ends, right? So you got a certain time to just decide whether you want to buy it or not. But the thing is that I already know that I'm not gonna have time to play the games I just bought anytime soon, because I literally bought maybe like 3 or 4 games just a few weeks ago, and I don't have time for those either. But because it was on sale, I was like, I should buy it now. That way I've got it now, and I could play it later whenever I get time to, right? Because when it goes back up to like full price. So yeah, that's this. I bought a few games today, on top of the few games that I bought, I think like 2-3 weeks ago. I know I'm not gonna have time to play them, but I've got them. That's the main thing. I'll tell you what I bought actually. Let me just find them again. I'll tell you what I bought. I don't know your statement. Yeah. I thought it was already dead. You know, I was not paying attention to Rolf Harris at all. I think the last I heard he was in jail or something, but I guess not. Apparently, he's not in jail, but he's got neck cancer and he's battling that. It's kind of like, oh, okay, well. All right, here's what I bought. Actually, I'll tell you what I bought a few weeks ago. I bought Ori and the Will of the Wisp, Gears of War 5, Limbo, and Inside. Those are the games that I bought a few weeks ago. The games that I bought today were Dead Space 2, Dead Space 3, and then Alex Kidd in Miracle World. I've already got Dead Space 1, so I didn't have to buy that. But Dead Space 2 and 3, I got a really good deal because they were reduced like £4.50 each. Like they're normally like £15 each, but they reduced them down to £4.50 each. But they put a bundle together where it was like all 3 games for like £9. But because I already had Dead Space 1, it was like you don't have to pay the £9, just pay £6. Was that, I think it was like £6.20 for Dead Space 2 and 3, which means that because I put them in a bundle, rather than paying the £4.50 each, which would have been £9, I actually only paid like £6.20, like £6 something for both the games. So I feel like you kind of had to do it then, you know what I mean? Like I couldn't, like, you know, at that price you kind of have to, right? You know, you can't leave it alone and come back whenever I'm ready, and it's like gone back up to like £15. You know what I mean? So I feel like I made the right choice. Karma indeed, yeah, indeed, yeah. Still need to play Cyberpunk. Yeah, I'm still working my way through that. Still working my way through that. That's a good game, by the way. I mean, it's a long-ass game, but it's a good game. I might play a little bit tomorrow if I get some chance to. Speaking of Cyberpunk, by the way, Edge Runners on Netflix is really good. If you ain't seen that, Cyberpunk Edge Runners, it's a pretty damn good show. I always find the sales come on when I'm scared. That's a real thing. That's a real thing. I just got a new follower on my Uncivilized Art Podcast Twitter page, which is awesome. Appreciate that follow, thank you. That's a real thing when it's like you can recognize it's a good price and you should get it, but it's like, man, I ain't got no money right now. That's happened to me a few times. Save Black Friday, always when I'm scared. Alright, be honest, guys. When it comes to those like Black Friday sales or any kind of major retail sales like that, are you the type to go to the shop? You know, where you do have the money, not when you're scared, but when you got the money. Are you the type to go to the shop, see something that you want, and if somebody else is going for it, you will fight them for it? Like if you see like there's like one item left and you're about to take it, somebody else is also going for it, would you fight them for it? Or would you be like, all right, cool, just take it, it's not that deep? That's my question of the day. If you was at a sale, you saw something that you really wanted, there was one of it left, somebody else is going for it, are you fighting them for it? Or are you letting them have it? So that's my question as we move over to start the X-Files Season 2. Alright, let's come over to this screen. Alright, so I'm gonna go 3, 2, 1, play. This is Season 2, Episode 1, Little Green Men. So, hope you're ready on 0. 3, 2, 1, play.
We wanted to believe. We wanted to call out. On August 20th and September 5th, 1977, 2 spacecraft were launched from the Kennedy Space Flight Center, Florida. They were called Voyager.
I'll be bitching about them for the rest of the day.
Each one carries a message.
Alright, who's fighting? Is anybody fighting? Or you agreeing with Sam?
A gold-plated record depicting images, music, and sounds of our planet, arranged so that it may be understood if ever intercepted by a technologically mature extraterrestrial.
I feel like I'd want to say I'd be the type to just let them have it. But in all honesty, it might depend on how bad I want that particular item.
Essentially left our solar system. Within that time, there were no further messages sent, nor are any planned. We wanted to listen. On October 12, 1992, NASA initiated the High-Resolution Microwave Survey, a decade-long search by radio telescopes scanning 10 million frequencies for any transmission by extraterrestrial intelligence.
It'll be in the Black Friday sale, okay. Well, if you were to go on a Black Friday sale or any kind of sale, if you were to go on go to a retail sale, they had an item you wanted, something that you really wanted, but there's one left. Somebody else is going for it as well. Are you fighting them or are you letting them have it?
They closed our eyes. Our voices have been silenced. Our ears now deaf to the realms of extreme possibilities.
If I saw Brax going for it, I'd probably let him have it. I ain't trying to get shot. I ain't trying to get shot.
I send greetings on behalf of the people of our planet. We step out of our solar system into the universe, seeking only peace and friendship. Teach.
How big is an item? I mean, can I get it home with me? Yeah, I guess that item is something that you really want. I mean, it could be. Yeah, you can get it home with you. Something you could get home with you, yeah. Something you really wanted, and yeah, you could get home with you. Anderson or Anderson? Does Jillian? I mean, does she have a child? Because if she does, like if she has a boy, it's literally Jillian and her son. Music by Mark Snow.
It is advantageous to begin an autopsy with removal of the cranium. The cranium is opened with a horizontal division an inch above the eyebrow ridges.
I deliver.
Something wrong. Let this man imagine his dreams, who he loved, saw.
I'm not sure what you meant by that, Dan, but I kind of took it to mean that you're going to turn up at their house and rob them. Not a bad strategy, actually, to be fair.
Somehow it's all locked in this small mass of tissue and fluid.
Are you okay, Agent Scully? You kind of sounded a little spooky.
Spooky, ooh. Glad you've seen a woman fight over lingerie. Okay. Did you get popcorn? Watch. Sit there like.
Good afternoon, Agent Mulder.
Like Michael Jackson Thriller. Oh, you just walk past that? That's kind of rude. Oh right, yeah, the last season ended with them saying they might shut down the X-Files division, so I guess they've been moved to different parts of the building or something. Next Friday, as fun as that sounds. Like most from the IC crowd. Go on. IC crowd is pretty funny. I didn't see a lot of it, but for what I did see of it, it was a funny show. Yeah, Moss, yeah.
$4 for the first hour of parking is criminal. What you got better be worth at least 45 minutes.
You know, Mulder, from back there, you look like him.
Him?
Deep Throat.
Deep Throat.
Scully, I attended his funeral at Arlington through 8 power binoculars from 1,000 yards away. Now the picture frame was turned down. You wanted to talk. What have you found?
There's a character in this called Deep Throat.
Talk, but I haven't found anything.
It's dangerous for us to start
This was 1992, 1993.
Mulder, I haven't seen any indication.
Deep Throat was already a term back then, by the way.
People are the best.
And they still went with it.
Taken all of the necessary precautions. I have doubled back over my tracks to make sure that I haven't been followed, and no one has ever followed me. The X-Files have been terminated, Mulder. We have been reassigned. What makes you think they care about us anymore anyway?
So why have you bothered to come here covertly?
Because I realized that it was the only way that you would see me.
So what do you want?
Scully misses him.
To know that you're all right. Mulder, you passed me today within a foot, but you were miles away.
They got me on electronic surveillance. White bread cases, bank fraud, insurance fraud, healthcare swindles.
Mulder, I know that you feel frustrated. That without the Bureau's resources, it's impossible for you to continue.
I hardly know her.
Well, what then?
Moldy
When the Bureau
Mulder.
first shut us down, you said that you would go on for as long as the truth was out there. But I no longer feel that from you.
Have you ever been to San Diego?
Yeah.
Did you check out the Palomar Observatory?
No.
Scully was kind of hot though, still. Like
1948 until recently, it was the largest telescope in the world. The idea and design came from a brilliant and wealthy astronomer named George Ellery Hale. Actually, the idea was presented to Hale one night while he was playing billiards. An elf climbed in his window and Told him to get money from the Rockefeller Foundation for a telescope.
And you
I just
worry
realised
that all
something.
your life you've been seeing elves.
That's gonna be an issue. Shit. I left the sound on. My bad. I left the sound on. That wasn't supposed to happen. I mean, personally, I don't mind. It doesn't bother me. It seems to bother YouTube a little bit though. So that's why I usually have it turned off. If I remember rightly, she was pregnant when filming this. Okay. Maybe that's it. She's got that pregnant glow. Yeah, people will say like women are glowing when they're pregnant, which is only really partially true. It just looks like they're glowing, but it's actually just the light bounce off the sweat. That's all it is. Just the way the light hits the sweat. Oh, you're positively glowing. Oh, Mulder when he was a kid. How did Mulder have a deeper voice as a kid than he does as an adult? Should have said something, but it was nice to listen to it. Nah, it's alright. It's alright. I can deal with that later when the notification comes through. Ain't no bother. So I'm so happy that it shows. I missed the glowing part all 3 times. That's alright. As long as you wasn't radiating, then I think you're doing okay. Oh wait. So Fox's sister, who got abducted by aliens, was called Samantha. I'm just saying, Sam. Do you ever remember being abducted by aliens? Because I'm thinking we might have found... We might have just found Fox's little sister. We might have just found what happened to her. Yeah, so I'm the sister. My secret is out. So what happened, Sam? Did you really get abducted by aliens, or did you just have enough of Fox Mulder and his wanting to watch that stupid magician show? A lone wolf. That makes sense. He's a fox. Brandenburg Concerto. Johann Sebastian Bach. Apparently I had an appropriate crush on my brother. Well, yeah, that would do it then. That would do it. And the plot thickens indeed. You know, speaking of that, actually, there's an Instagram page called Siblings or Dating, and they post pictures of couples, and you have to guess whether they are dating or whether they're siblings, you know, brother and sister, or, you know, brother and brother, or sister and sister, or whether they're dating. And I'm just gonna say, there's some really close siblings out there. You know what I mean? I'll fake the whole alien abduction story to hide my shameful secret. Yeah, I get that. I get that. Had to save the family. Save face. Foxy Fox. Puerto Rico, no trespassing. Does anyone like pay attention to those signs? You know, no trespassing. So they'd be like, okay, I better go back then. It's like, I think if somebody wants to trespass, they go to ignore that sign. This was filmed in a studio in Los Angeles, though. This is not Puerto Rico. Which is fine, by the way. I mean, and I get it. You know, you can't always like fly people out to different countries or different parts of the world. You sometimes just gotta do what you gotta do. It is what it is. And at least, to be fair, this looks like you know, it doesn't look like a studio set, at least, or not as obviously a studio set anyway. Want to rephrase that, Mulder? So here's a question. Have you ever watched a film, or a show for that matter? That was one thing about Buffy that annoyed me slightly. You could always tell it was well, yeah. Yeah. There was so obviously TV sets, and it was like, really? Really? Maybe like Spike turns up in Africa. Like, really? Like, just turns up in Africa. I was like, really? Just, okay, come on now. Come on now. Ugh, you could be better than that. Oh, she in trouble. You could tell the gravestones were set pieces. They didn't hide it well. Oh, she's sneaky. Not sneaky enough, though. That was kind of obvious what she did, but they weren't paying attention, so whatever. But yeah, there would be like everything just looked too clean, you know? In Buffy, like everything looked so clean, and it'd be like, oh yeah, this is a 5,000-year-old whatever, and it'd be like that looks too clean to be 5,000 years old. Looked like it was made that morning. Talking about it as 5,000 years old. It's like, Well, too bad, yeah. And also the whole kind of digging yourself out of the grave. And to be fair, this is not just Buffy. I think a lot of shows, a lot of movies do this as well, where they have scenes where people dig themselves out of the grave. And they make it look so easy that they're just like, you know, stick their hand through or something like that. And it's kind of like, you're buried 6 feet down. You know what I mean? You're buried 6 feet down. Not only that, they're buried in the coffin. So it's like, how are you digging yourself up out of your grave that easily? Just like, stick your hand through the top of the Earth's surface. It's like, something's not quite adding up here. Right, you know? Banging on the box. Kill Bill 2 showed it wasn't easy. Oh, okay. I have seen Kill Bill 2, but to be honest, I don't remember that bit, but yeah. Like some cultures, you don't get buried inside a coffin. Like they'll wrap up the body. Like body which is all kind of wraps up in like some kind of linen or something like that. And you know, and then you bury that way. And then but you're still buried quite deep down. So yeah, even still, it's like you have to get out of that with all that soil and on top of you. And I get, okay, you know, Buffy's supposed to be strong, whatever, but it's still, you know, it's your restricted movement. And if you're inside a coffin, then all that is on top of the coffin, so you can't just like push it open. If you manage to break the coffin, all that soil is just going to come rushing through, and then you got no air. You know, you're not breathing too well. But yeah, here's my question for you guys. Have you ever watched a movie or a TV show for all the wrong reasons? Like the reason you watched it was wrong. You know what I mean? Like I'm pretty sure the guys know what I'm talking about. Like you watched it for the wrong reasons. You weren't looking for no plot, no story. You just maybe saw the title, maybe saw the cover and thought, let me watch this. You watched it for the wrong reasons. But it turned out to be a pretty good movie. So that's my question for the chat. Have you ever watched a movie or a show for all the wrong reasons, but it turned out to be a pretty good movie anyway? A lot of wrong reasons. I think you know what I mean, Dan. You know when you're up late, flicking through the channels, and you see some movie come on, and you're like, yeah, no one's around. Yeah, let me see what this is about. I'm pretty sure I have a solution for that, so, but I won't tell until I actually apply it to this for that knowledge. That would suck though, being buried alive. That's why I want to get burned. Yeah, I think if you did get buried alive, you're not surviving. Because even if you're banging on the coffin, no one's gonna hear you. You're too far. You're too deep down in the ground. Plus, it's not like people hang around graves just in case they're still alive. Like you'll be buried. They'll cry, standing for a little while, then everybody goes back. So you could be banging, and there's just no one around anyway. Sure, not say yep. Oh, they get Jorge. Oh no. Jorge got petrified. What was the film, Dan? I've got a few that I've watched for all the wrong reasons, but turned out to be pretty decent actually. Watched that boring Netflix shoe because people were talking about the naked dude cracking one off. I wanted to see what the fuss was. I was bored. Did it turn out to be a good show though? Or a good movie? Or do you mean you was bored when you watched it? Oh, they are blatant. Oh, these guys are obvious. Come on. Gave themselves away. There's a movie from, I think, the 1960s called Peeping Tom. And it's about a guy who's, you know, spies on women. And that came on TV years ago. And I was like, huh, let me watch this movie. But yeah, it turned out to be a really good film. Like, I watched it, I can't lie, I watched it for all the wrong reasons, but it turned out to be a pretty damn good movie. It was that boring. I lost internet and played on my phone. Oof, alright. Have you watched one for the wrong reasons that turned out to be good? Head of the Family, 1996. And then an episode of Bones or Castles, might have been Bones. Okay, I might have missed something about Bones, sorry. Interest. Lots of hills and a good story. Head of the Family, is that a gangster movie? There's another film I watched called what's it called? I can't remember what it's called actually. I've already forgotten the title, but I remember it came on TV and it kind of opened up with like this really beautiful woman as a, you know, being a model and getting photographed, and so it looks to me like it was going to be like, you know, kind of a, you know, kind of movie, you know, like a kind of a type movie. And so I was like, all right, let me watch this. But yeah, again, it turned out to be a really good movie. Like, it wasn't that at all. Didn't have nothing like that in at all in the end. But it was a really good, solid film. And I was like, okay. I started watching it for all the wrong reasons, but it was a good movie. Film that Sam saw was so boring she lost interest. Played on the phone. Oh, right, okay. Okay, gotcha. Mole's frustrated. Killer condom is a special. Killer condom. Bruh. That title just says it all, doesn't it? Or maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Not in that film. Man, this series featuring Baranas. I mean, yeah, I know the show, Bones and Castle. Oh wait, no, Castle wasn't Boreanaz. Castle was the other dude from Firefly. But yeah, I mean, I know the show. I just wasn't sure what the reference was. Necromantic, about a couple who have sex with rotting corpses. It wasn't a good movie, but it was in the sense that it was so ridiculous it was funny. Okay, fair enough. Necromantic. And Bones. Was Bones any good? That ran for like 5 or 6 seasons, I think. But I never watched that. Didn't watch Castle either, actually. Oh, that's not a good idea. Found him. Did you see the second where a woman dug up his corpse? It was past good, dog. Wait, is that past good as in really, really good, or past good as in really, really bad? In a good way. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, Bones was one where they examined, was it dead bodies, use it to solve crime or something. Actually, to be fair, this might not be a set in Los Angeles, because I think I remember reading that X-Files was actually filmed in Canada. So, this won't be a set in Los Angeles. But yeah, they probably didn't go Puerto Rico. But still, you know. Like I said, this looks pretty good. Yeah, watch SEAL Team with David Boreanaz. He pays for Now TV just for that show. Okay. I guess it's that good then. Well, I guess he likes it that much because Now TV is not cheap. You mean where they went? Oh, my bad for those that. Couldn't make it all the time. Porky's is number one. Oh, yeah, I remember Porky's. Man, Porky's, bloody hell, man. Talk about films that won't get made today. Porky's is that personified. I think there were like 2 or 3 of those movies in the end of the night. Episodes giving out questions to contestants on Amazing Races. Amazing Races. Revenge of the Nerds. Okay, you know what? I never did see Revenge of the Nerds. I think they made like 2 or 3 movies of those as well. Oh man, after all that. No, do you know? Well, you should look at him when he said that. I don't think so. Well, not like that anyway. Not like that. Well, that was season 2, episode 1. X-Files is gone, but Mulder still has his work. That was pretty interesting, actually. You know, Mulder being sent to this place looking for proof of contact and pretty much finding it, but then, well, and it got Scully being followed, but well, they're too blatant about it, so she cuts off her boyfriend's head and replaces it with the rotten head while having sex. By the way, she gets off and pregnant. It was such a moving moment. Oh, that is sweet. Oh, that is so sweet. That should have won like best romance award or something. That is sweet. You just can't. I mean, that's better than The Notebook. I'm gonna take a little break, just a quick little break, and then we can start episode 2, season 2, episode 2. The host starts with, so get it ready on 0, and then I'll let you know when to press play. But for now, be right back, y'all. Be right back. is back, y'all. I is back. Thank you for joining. For those who have joined, thank you for sticking around. For those who stuck around, something like that. All right. Ooh. All right. Let me see. Here's another film I watched for completely the wrong reasons that turned out to be pretty decent. Before we start episode 2 of the X-Files, it was called A Woman Scorned, I believe, if I remember correctly. If I remember the title correctly, it was called A Woman Scorned, or something along those lines. Maybe Hell Hath No Fury, like A Woman Scorned, but I'm pretty sure it was A Woman Scorned. Anyway, I watched it purely, and by the way, this is my younger days. Let me point that out. I'm a bit more mature now. Well, maybe just a bit, just a bit. I watched it purely because there was the main actress in that movie was a adult entertainer. It wasn't that kind of movie. Like, it wasn't an adult film itself. But the main actress, I believe, was an adult entertainer. And she well, there is a lot of intimacy, shall we say, in the film. But yeah, I mean, the plot weren't too bad, actually. Like, I mean, it wasn't like a great movie for sure, but it wasn't, strictly speaking, a terrible film either. Like, it was definitely better quality film than I thought it would have been. And certainly when you only watch the movie to see somebody's tits, it was actually a pretty decent film. But yeah, I remember it was about this woman who, her husband worked at this company, and the company that he worked at treated him really badly. I can't remember the exact thing, but I think they stole one of his ideas and ruined his career or something like that, and he ended up killing himself. And to get her revenge, she basically seduces his co-workers and his bosses and all these people so she could like build up to killing them. And that's what she does. She like just goes around like sleeping with all these guys and then killing them. And then the one guy who took over his job, she's like having an affair with him, and he's got his own family, and she's just like having an affair with this guy over and over again. I can't remember how it ends, actually. I can't remember if she kills him in the end. I really don't remember. But yeah. I think I found that on Amazon a bit ago. I put it on, and within 10 minutes I was asleep. Yeah. Well, yeah, like I said, it wasn't exactly a great movie. It's just, I guess it was more that it was better than I thought it would have been. Like, I was probably at the time expecting it to be complete and utter trash. And it wasn't that. To be fair, it wasn't that. It wasn't necessarily recommended type. It's not a film that I could like recommend and tell people, oh, it's a really good film. It's maybe not on that level, but it was definitely better than I thought it would be. And, you know, had a decent plot story, even though it was kind of poorly executed and a lot of terrible acting in that film. A Woman Scorned, or Scorned. I think it's called A Woman Scorned. I mean, it was a long time ago I saw it. Let me see if I can find out, actually. A long time ago, it came on TV, or one of these like Sky channels. One used to have Sky. Well, I guess technically still do. I just don't really watch it. Yeah, Woman Scorned, starring Shannon Tweed. Oh wait, they made a part 2 to this? They made a part 2. Okay. I've not seen part 2. I probably won't bother with part 2, actually. Watch a lot of these crappy movies to fall asleep to. Scorned, 1993. Okay, yeah, I think that's the same. Okay, it's the same movie. It's the same movie. Okay, I guess it's just a different title. So maybe in parts of the world it's called A Woman Scorned, and other parts of the world it's just called Scorned. But yeah, it's the same movie. Same movie, I guess. Yeah, just maybe different names in different parts of the world. But Shannon Tweed, I think. Was she a porn actress? I don't know. Maybe I just imagine that. Oh, she was a Playboy model. Maybe not quite porn. Playboy is kind of like the halfway between glamour and porn. We know what you'll be watching. You'll say you won't, but you well, it won't be part of movie night, at least, that's for sure. Let me just say that, it won't be part of movie night. Outside of that, I'm not saying nothing. Y'all can think what you think, but I'm not saying nothing. Alright, let's get episode 2 started. Alright, Scorned is also a movie. That one is about a woman that fantasizes about getting revenge on her adulterous husband. Okay. There's probably like, to be fair, there's probably like loads of movies that have the same name. Which is probably one of the reasons why they use different names in different parts of the world, to maybe avoid a little bit of confusion in places. But yeah, there's probably like loads of movies that just have the exact same name. And it just gets, yeah, you know which one we're talking about. Well, is it that one? Is it this one? Oh, you will wait till bedtime and get the tissues ready. Get tissues and Vaseline. Oh, excuse me. Oof. Alright. Debbie does that. You know, I never did watch that, actually. I felt like that was like the famous porn movie at the time, but even back in my my porno watching days, never actually did watch that. So yeah, never actually did. Or Deep Throat, for that matter. I didn't see Deep Throat either. So yeah, back in my porno watching days, I watched very many a porno movie back in the day, but I guess I missed some of the more popular ones. Be right back. Alright. Okay, so let's get started. Episode 2 of the X-Files Season 2. This is called The Host. We're gonna go 3, 2, 1. Oh wait, let me get this. There we go. We're gonna go 3, 2, 1, play, and then 3, 2, 1, play. All right, here we go. Since this is a topic that's come up, here's my question for the group. Who is or who was your favorite porn star? Emmanuel. That was an Italian film, wasn't it? Like the Roman Empire or something? Or was that Caligula? French film, okay. If you don't know of Pinky, the porn chick, look her up. Pinky the porn chick. Yeah, no, you know, it's myself. I'm probably not gonna look her up. I don't think I should look her up, to be honest with you. I don't think I should. I don't think I should. If I haven't seen her already, I don't think I should. Is that your favorite, Brax? Pinky. That guy got sucked into the water. Paranormal activity. I just want to remember from years back. Okay, fair enough. The plumber who always turns up to fix the pipes. Well, he's the real hero, isn't he? He's the real hero. He doesn't get enough credit, I think. I mean, he fixes their pipes, and he gives them a pipe, you know. So he's the real hero. Be right back in a couple minutes, all right. And the window washer. Yeah, those are the real heroes. They fix you up, then they fix you up. Okay, and heroes come to save them. Exactly. Also, they're the exact reason why a lot of men tend to fix things themselves these days. They're like, when their wives are like, yeah, we should call a plumber. The dude's like, no, no, I'll fix it. But you can't fix. You don't know enough about fixing things. I'll learn how to fix a sink. We're not calling a plumber. If you've ever had that conversation with your man, now you know why. Now you know why. All hills, bed sites and caves, exactly. Some wear overalls. Some wear nothing at all. I didn't say no for that reason. He was saying no to save money. Well, to be fair, that's a good reason too, yeah, so can't be mad at that. Yeah, kind of like Edgemore's kind of outlined this one. I mean, I get that he wants to be like solving mysteries or whatever, but at the same time, he's still an FBI agent. He's still got to solve crimes as well. Yeah, so back in the day, there was maybe 3 favorites that I had at different times. One was Nadia Nice, then it was Heather Hunter, and then it was Priya Rai. There was a few others that, you know, I checked from time to time, but yeah, those were my favorites back in the day. Would you guys want to see an autopsy? Like, if there was a place you can go to watch an actual autopsy, would you do it? Yes. Yeah, I think it would be interesting. Sounds educational. Yeah, enough. I think for real, there could be an interesting, yeah, educational experience. Although, yeah, to be fair, if I did do it, it'd be for all the wrong reasons. You know, just wanted to see a dead body getting cut up. Like, yeah, the educational bit is like a bonus, but more so you just want to see a dead body get cut up. I was like, oh yeah, you can learn something too. That's okay. Oh, is he gonna save Frank? Oh, Frank got. He has no trouble swallowing. They were talking about him right outside. Surely he heard what she said. Listen to the car and talk about heat disease and what he learned from performing the autopsy. Sounds interesting indeed, yeah. Right, well, I'll actually shut the door. Yeah. And she's talking about Apple was a bogus claim or whatever, and it's like, okay, yeah, he could probably hear you say that. And I'm not sure he's supposed to hear that bit. Oh, who's this? Mysterious man on the phone. Okay, she told him to close the door. Scully reminiscing. Uh-oh. That's a nasty bite mark though still. Brush this teeth kind of hard. Is he chewing the toothpaste? Yes. Ugh. B. So that thing lays eggs inside him. Why does the screen look different? Anyone else seen this? The image quality looks different. Like it went from 1993 to 1973 or something. By the way, it's gone. Then what was gone? The rest. Oh yeah, yeah. Just double check and I saw that. Yeah. Yeah, there's songs that have different titles in different parts of the world, different regions. That's all you need. Going for a shower and coughing out a worm-like creature. Yeah, that would freak me out. Sure completes anyone's day. Worm coming out your mouth like. Oh, look at that. They're all seeing that, right? Oh, look at that thing. just happened, right? Alright, here's another question for the chat. How good is your handwriting? Like, are we talking really elaborate, careful, neat, you know, calligraphy style writing? Are we talking just block capital letters all the way through? Are we talking looks like a 2-year-old wrote it? Like, what's your handwriting like? Found there more where that he brushes the teeth before showering. Is that weird? Do people not do that? I mean, I don't think I would have turned on the shower, then brushed my teeth while the shower's running, because that just feels like a waste of water. But brushing your teeth before showering, is that considered weird? Let's see. Oh wait, my handwriting is decent. Cool. Let's see. I used to write nicely. Now not so much. I shower then brush my teeth. All right. Okay, maybe I'm the weirdo then. Maybe I guess I'm the weirdo. But yeah, my handwriting can kind of range. Like if I really, really try, I can write pretty neat. But if I'm not giving it a whole lot of thought, I mean, it's okay, I guess. It's, you know, readable, I suppose. But sometimes when I'm writing, my handwriting can go from like messy to neat to decent to messy to neat, just all in like the same kind of sentence. I brush my teeth after loo, shower, brush, PJs. You know, if you want to save water, you can do them all at the same time. Just saying. Just saying. That is way of saying sorry. Skinner's got a boss. They ain't gonna cover its mouth though. So they're all seeing this, right? They're all seeing this. Like, this is not a secret, right? They're all seeing this creature. This blood-sucking human worm creature. They're all seeing this. It's not like Mulder saw it and nobody else did. They all seeing this, right? So here's something that may or may not be interesting, that you may or may not know. So you know when you have like an ambulance truck, ambulance van, and on the front, ambulance is actually written backwards. The reason it's done that way is so that people who are driving cars looking in their rearview mirror, it will read forwards. Why'd you open the back though? Like, once you know it's in there, just leave it in there. Oh, dude, you are dumb. This guy's gonna get killed. This guy's getting deaded. Are you touching things as well? You mad? There you go. There you go. Of course he's gonna... Yeah, you jets. Live bait. Lake Betty. Yeah, the thing is, those toilets don't actually lead to the sewage system. Those portaloos. I mean, I guess they eventually get dumped out, but you can't get to the sewage system from the portaloo. Oh. Guess he was just gonna wait then. Guess I'm not using that, right? Oh, okay. So that's how they do it. They just stick something in and suck it out. I thought they carried them away, but apparently they just stick a pipe in and suck it all out. Yeah, to be honest, I'd avoid using porta potties just anyway. As much as possible, that's something I would avoid using, especially for a number 2. Yeah, well, what you had an unexpected number 2. But if we're talking about an emergency and a porta potty was the only option, I choose death. When I choose death, I'm like, you know what? I'm good. I've lived a good life. I've lived a good life. I choose death, I think. I've done some cool stuff, you know. I mean, I guess to be fair, it depends. Like, if it was like, it still just happened to be clean and stocked, then yeah, okay, cool. But more often than not, like public toilets or porta potties or places like that, they're just disgusting. They're just disgusting. Like, unless you're the first one to use it, it's just piss all over the place and just wet floor and tissue, and like, people are just nasty when it comes to these things, man. It's like, oftentimes when you do like the extras working on movie sets, they often have like sort of portable toilets, not quite like the ones you just saw here. They're like usually a bit bigger, so that we could have like 2 or 3 people at a time. But it's the same kind of thing. It's a portable toilet, and yeah, they get messy. They get so messy, it's ridiculous. So yeah, if you need to do a number 2 one of those things, boy, I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for you. You're going to go to that toilet and get your ass literally torn a new one. You don't know what's in them things. Like giant human flesh-eating worms, apparently. One of those days where you don't want to give right. All right, here's a question for the group. It's question time. This chat, it's question time. What is the worst place you've had to take a shit? Like, it was an emergency, you didn't want to do it, but you just had to do it, and it was just the worst place. Like, it was, what was the worst place you've ever had to take a shit? I think myself, I can't remember where it was, but one of these like toilets where it was small, you know, messy, all that sort of stuff. Pretty sure it didn't even have a toilet seat, if I remember correct. I don't think you've had a toilet seat. So I just hovered. He just hovered. I put tissue around the rim, but it still hovered. Oh. It was a public toilet that smelled like piss, and I did my best not to make contact with the right, right, just like wasn't my proudest up. Oh, you don't jump in, Mulder. What are you doing? Any form of public toilet is bad, but I hate leaving poo at my mum's house. Okay. I mean, I would hope your mum keeps the toilet clean, right? Or not? Oh, Mulder, what are you doing? Killed it. Oh, it's very clean. That's a problem. Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. When you're kind of worried afterwards if you cleaned it enough for their liking, it's like, you know, you cleaned it, you flushed, you brushed, put the toilet clean around the rim, scrubbed, all of that stuff. Make sure you wipe the seat, put the toilet seat down, all of that. You do everything, but you still kind of like, oh, they're gonna complain about something. I want to complain about something. Gonna find something they don't like to not their liking, and they're gonna complain about it. As I see feel when they are overly clean. Yeah, no, I get that. I get that. Constantly just second guessing yourself. So it was the Russians, is really what they're saying. It was the Russians' fault. Anti-Russian propaganda. This was the X-Files. What they? No, he ain't dead yet. Blood-sucking human worm thing is gonna make a comeback at some point. Alright, well that was The Host, episode 2 of season 2. That was pretty cool. I quite like that one actually. That was a pretty cool episode with the I like how they ended it with the explanation, I should say, rather, with the kind of, you know, radioactive thing. And this time it's less about, you know, extraterrestrials and just more about things that can happen on Earth. And I guess that's why they let everybody see it, you know, because it's not necessarily like unexplainable. It's like, oh, okay, you can explain this one. It's just like a freak of human engineering by various messing around with things you shouldn't be messing around with that end up mutating genes and whatever, and it turned into this thing that lives in the sewers. So yeah, I guess that makes sense. That makes sense. That was pretty cool though. That was The Host. Next episode is The Bloods, the last episode of this evening. Not The Blood, rather, just Blood. Episode 3. While investigating a series of small-town murders, the agents discover everyday appliances are being used as instruments of death. Ooh. But yeah, get it ready on 0. We'll start that in a little bit. Russians always have a bad rap in music. Oh, for sure, for sure. It's like, it's always like, it's the Russians. It's the Russians. Understandable. Before, it's because of the whole Cold War thing. I guess now it's because of the whole Ukraine thing. Either way, the Russians... Either way, what kind of people are always in a hurry? Russian people. You know, disagree when it comes to Russia. What about the Ukraine thing? Yeah. All I know is whatever's going on, we don't know the full story. That's all I know. Anytime the media paints out somebody to be a bad guy or whatever, everything like that, I mean, they may very well be the bad guys. I ain't even saying they're not. They may very well be the bad guys, but I'm just saying, anytime the media seems to paint out one particular side to be the bad guys and another side to be perfectly innocent, there's more to it. I feel like there's more to it than what's being let on. But somebody somewhere decided that it's not in the best interest of the public to know the full truth, so they just give us drips and drabs so that we can get mad, you know, at whatever, at whoever, and not really know the full story. So for me, I'm like, you know what? I don't like war. I hope whatever is causing this issue is resolved and they could come to some kind of amicable resolution. That is my hope. I know that's kind of a wild hope, but that is my hope, that they could come to some kind of amicable resolution. But yeah, I'm not trying to cheer on anybody. I ain't trying to cheer on anybody. Because at the end of the day, I don't think we know the full truth of all that's involved with that. and we may never know the full truth. But hey, I'm just some guy on the internet. I'm just some dude with a YouTube channel that sits in front of the camera in a Pink's hoodie. I don't think so. Russia gets the next video we got one person. I think it's okay. So Russia bad, Ukraine good. War is war, and there is always more to it. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, indeed. Brax is back.
Guess who's back? Back again.
There's a movie. Do I have it on DVD? I think I do actually. I don't know if I can find it right now. It's probably buried in the back somewhere. Yeah, it's probably buried. So anyway, there's a movie, old school movie from Japan, 1950. It was released by Akira Kurosawa, the filmmaker, the writer and the director, or at least the director. Not he might not have written it, but he directed it. Anyway, doesn't matter. Old school movie called Rashomon, and it tells the same story 4 times, each from different perspectives. So the first is what there's 3 people involved: a thief, a knight. It was a knight, some kind of warrior anyway, like a samurai, and the lady, right? The Kurosawa from the win. You done know. So yeah, 3 different people involved: the thief, the warrior, and the lady. And so I can't remember who tells the story first, but the thief tells the story from his perspective, where he makes it out like he was the hero, or he was like of the situation. The lady tells the story from her perspective and makes it out like she wants sympathy because she did all the right things, and these brutes that had their did all this bad stuff. The warrior is actually dead, so they have a medium contact the dead so that he can tell a story from his perspective. And of course, he tells the story like he's the hero, like he was doing the right things and ended up dying in a warrior's death, that kind of thing. So it's the same story being told 3 times from 3 different perspectives, and everybody paints themselves out to be their hero or the victim that deserves all sympathy because they all did the right things, and it's just unfortunately circumstances, right? But then the story gets told again from the perspective of somebody who was just watching, like this guy who's like watching on and seeing everything. So he tells them what really happened, and then you just see how everybody is just kind of bumbling and doesn't know what they're doing and doing silly things and not doing the right thing when they should have, and making mistakes. Everybody's just like screwing up, and they all had their parts to play in how it went down. And one of the things you kind of take away from that is there's always like different sides to a story. There's what he said, what she said, what they said, and then there's the truth. What he said, what she said, what they said, and then there's the truth. And the truth is often like somewhere in between those stories that you're hearing. Maybe a little bit more here, maybe a little bit more there, or whatever. But the truth is kind of somewhere in between all of that. And the thing is that you may never know the truth because there isn't always somebody watching on, keeping tabs and everything, right? That doesn't tend to happen in real life. So you may never know what the actual truth is, but you can know that there is what he says, what she says, what they say, and then there's a truth. And the truth is usually somewhere mixed in all of that. Imagine how many people would hate us for not siding with Ukraine. Rashomon, yeah, bad boy film. I mean, at the end of the day, I do feel sympathy for anybody going through, war or any kind of, animosity, things like that. And especially when you consider like a lot of the people involved, the people who aren't involved. They're just regular people just trying to live their lives, and now now have to deal with this. You know, same with people in Russia. They're just like regular people trying to live their lives, and a lot of them probably don't want this either. It's like now they're going to deal with this, so it's not a good situation for anybody. The way I see it, it's just an unfortunate thing that probably should never happen, but for whatever reason it's happening. Yeah, I don't think we know the full truth of that. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is it is as simple as Russia bad, Ukraine good. Maybe it is just that simple. Maybe. Yeah, the prologue, then the first story to the bandit story. Okay, yeah. I haven't seen that movie for a big minute now, but yeah, it's a good film, by the way. If you've not seen it, Russian One is an excellent film. Dan's seen it. Dan's seen everything at this point, hasn't he? Dan's seen every movie ever made. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, there's movies being made in the depths of, I don't know, Iran or something. You know what I mean? Like some small town independent movie being made in Iran, and Dan's seen it. Dan's not only seen it, he knows all the actors, the writers, the directors, the producers. Like Dan is the film guy. Dan is the film guy. If Dan's like a human version of the Internet Movie Database. You know what I mean? It's just like just logged all in there. Man, if they should call it the Internet Movie Dan Base. That's what they should call it. The Internet Movie Dan Base. Outside with anyone, I'm on the side of people who have lost lives because of something that shouldn't be happening. Yeah, indeed. It's regular people trying to go about their day, trying to live their lives, trying to take care of the things for now, getting caught up in this whole thing. And that sucks, man. That sucks. Watch too many movies. Nah, no such thing as too many movies. No such thing as too many movies. Come on now. Alright, so this is the episode 3. Third and final episode of this particular evening. It's called Blood. I hope you're ready on 0, because we're going to go 3, 2, 1, play. And in 3, 2, 1, play. Maybe Dan just does a quick sequel. Hey! Are you raining on this parade? Actually, I hope that's not true. I hope Dan's not just doing a quick Google search, because now I'm thinking, actually, maybe he knows. I mean, it wouldn't be difficult. Nah, that's not true, Dan. Dan, tell me that's not true. I feel like I need to know that's not true more than Dan does, actually. I feel like I need to believe that Dan is this Internet Movie Database human form of the movie. I need to believe that. So Dan. Don't break my heart, Dan. No, for me, movies used to be a way of escapism. Oh, they're gonna fight Ed. They let Ed go, man. I don't know Ed, but I feel bad for him. That sucks. But yeah, and I get what you mean, Dan, about this movie's being escapism, and I still kind of feel that way sometimes. But yeah, it was definitely a period of time where I was just practically living in movie worlds, just like watching so many films. Many of them I don't remember by now, I'm sure. Kill. Ooh. Only 100 quid really gets. Well, to be fair, this is 1993. Let's see how. Because 100 quid now wouldn't get you much for sure. 100 quid, was $100 rather. Sorry, $100 now wouldn't get you much for sure, but what? Let me see what the equivalent of $100 in now is. Okay, so according to the first top result, $100 in 1993 is equivalent in purchasing power to about $209.94 in today's money. That's wait, when it says today, which day are we talking about? Okay, 2023. Okay, so yeah, $100 in 1993 is about the equivalent of $210 in today's money. Yeah, so it really gets. I mean, you're not doing much with $210. You know, you're not doing much with that. So yeah, they're still greedy gets, really. They're still cheeky bosses. They fire this guy who's a first-rate worker, and what they gave him was $210. Can't breathe. Kill them all. Oh, what is going on? Machines are rebelling. Or is that maybe recommending a Metallica song? Glenn Morgan and James Wan. They call it suicide by cop. That's an interesting way of describing it, isn't it? I mean, I get what they're saying, but interesting way of describing it nonetheless. Ed. So do a quick Google search on James Wong because his name rings a bell and he is involved with Final Destination movies. That makes sense. Yeah, James Wong and Glenn Morgan. I think either after doing the X-Files, maybe during the X-Files, they did another show called Space Above and Beyond. And that show only... Oh, run, kill 'em all. It's Metallica again. And that show only ran for one season. But till this day, it's still one of my favorites. In fact, I'll say it is actually my favorite sci-fi series. It ran for one season in like mid-90s. But it was a real good season. It was a quality, excellent show. But yeah, James Wong. He's also involved with Dragon Ball Evolution, so not all hits. Do you ever find that you're following somebody on social media and you're like, who is this person? You know, like, I'm getting notifications about somebody going live and I'm like, why? I don't know this person. I'm probably not following them. I honestly don't know who they are. Like, they don't look familiar. They barely post anything. I'm like, yo, who is this person? Why am I following them? Now I'm getting notifications about them. It's like, I have no idea who this is. No. Good luck to him, but I don't need to see that. Don't go back there, Miss Roberts. Don't do it, Miss Roberts. But why are you going to pick your car up in the evening? Go in the morning. Oh, well, I mean, maybe it was an emergency or something, I don't know. There was a series in the 90s called American Gothic. Yeah, I remember that. That got cancelled after one series, and it was really good. It was at Lucas Buck or something, wasn't it? He's like, oh wait, maybe Mrs. Roberts is the one that's about to. Maybe this is the one that needs to be careful. Kill him first. Oh, Mrs. Roberts. But yeah, I don't watch it much, American Gothic, but I do remember it being on. It was at Lucas Buck, I think was the main guy. The dude from like Midnight Caller or something. Was that him? The guy from Midnight Caller. He was also in Office Space as Lumberg. That Gary something. Gary Cole? Or was it Cole Gary? I think it was Gary Cole. Gary Coleman was somebody else. Because Gary Coleman was the Dwarvian actor. But I think this guy was called Gary Cole. Gary Cole, yeah. But yeah, I never watched it much in the end. But I think I watched like maybe 1 or 2 episodes of it. Sheriff Lucas Burke. Yeah, that's him. Nice. My name's Burke, and I like to. Nice Kill Bill reference. My name's Burke, and I like to drive a truck. at them both. Oof. My name is Burke, and I like to duck. How did Mulder know they were connected though? McRoberts. Scully. Pussy Wagon lives in our memories. That was a cool car though, that truck. That was a cool truck. But yeah, I think if you work in a hospital and you drive that truck, that's a red flag. You know what I mean? Like, whoever his boss is seeing this guy turn up to work in that truck, you know, that's a red flag. They should have known from there that something's up. Like, you see this guy turns up to work driving a pussy wagon, and you're like, they should have known something was wrong from the jump. Like, you know what? I think we need to keep an eye on this guy. This guy's driving this elaborate truck with pussy wagon on the registration plate. It's like, and you work as a night orderly in a hospital? Nah, somebody should have said something. Oh, where is it? Back in 1 hour. Alright, and the Vaseline he brought to work in a big tub to loosen up, to loosen up a bit, was it? Uh-oh. Was that Charles Manson? I think that was Charles. That's what Charles Manson, isn't it? Behind you. Oh. Do it. No. Do it. Do it now. I mean, surely shops don't keep loaded guns on the shelves though, right? I mean, it's America, isn't it? So. Oh, boy. Oh, these guys are back. Oh, sorry, to sort the kid out. It's all good, Sam. It's all good. Priorities and all that.
Guess who's back again.
I thought she could be sneaky and get out of bed and go on the computer and do a little shit. Holly's the 10-year-old, right? I think at that age you should be sneaking out of bed and trying to put the computer on. The only thing is that she should be better at it. I ain't gonna lie. She should be better at sneaking out of bed and putting the computer on. Like, oh, 8 years old. Okay, no, fair enough then. Fair enough. By the time she's 10, she should be better at it. Like, you should not be catching her sneaking out of bed. At 10 years old, she should figure out a way to sneak out of bed and put the computer on without you knowing. And that's when you can have that'd be a proud mommy moment, I think. Once you realize your daughter can trick you properly to the point where you don't know what they're doing. Come a long way. Come a long way. But 8 years old though, wow. Almost old enough to start smoking, I think, you know. Almost almost old enough to start smoking. I think that's about the age, right? About 9, 10. There, she turned the volume off, but I heard the tapping of the keys. Ah, that was the mistake. That was the mistake. Almost got it. See, there's ways you can dampen the noise of the keys. I mean, depending on what type of keyboards you have, of course. But there's ways you could like dampen the noise of the keys, but I won't say nothing. I won't say nothing. Let her figure out herself. This guy. You didn't check, did you? He didn't check, did he? Do it. Do it now. Oh, cheeky. Oh, Russians, always the Russians. Wait, did you just say that the lady had a paranoia about being raped and he's using that as some kind of way of connecting it to a fear? I think a lot of people have a paranoia about being raped. I mean, it's like if you're alone at night, walking through some whatever, and you got some creepy looking guy, I think a lot of people might be thinking, I need to be careful around this. You know? I think a lot of people might be thinking that's not an unnormal thing. I mean, you probably shouldn't be going around thinking every dude's gonna rape you. That's probably not a healthy attitude to adopt. I'm just saying, like, I think a lot of people might be thinking that in situations like she was in. Oh, they're gonna bury it. Big guy woke up 2 a.m. to go to the toilet and called her. My computer is payback. I got her up half hour early, and I normally do, and sent her to school regardless. She was asleep by 7:30 the next night. Punishment: go to school early. Well, that would do it, actually. That would do it. That's a good punishment, actually. Go to school early. "30 minutes before everybody else, just in school waiting." Don't get mad. Teach him a lesson. Indeed. You know, they do this thing in shows where they have somebody ring a doorbell and they just keep pushing a buzzer over and over again, like what she's doing now. Why? Like, once you've rung it like once or twice, the person's either not in or they just don't want to answer the door. Why are you pushing the buzzer over and over again. Don't get mad, get petty. No people that do that in case they didn't hear it the first time. Yeah, if you do it once, all right, and you leave it a little while, you do it again, that's twice. Then maybe leave it a while, and possibly a third time. After that, it's like, nah, walk away. Just walk away. But when you do that, over, nah, come on, man. There's no need for that. They're either not in or they just don't want to talk to you. Either way, walk away. Either way, walk away. Once you rung it twice, really. 3 times max. 3 times max, but twice is, I'd say twice is the most, but 3 times are the absolute absolute max. But once you've done that, nah, just walk away. Wasted energy indeed. Okay. I remember someone doing that. That works for the company I rent from and kept ringing. As I was opening the door, it was annoying. Jeez, come on. There's a company you rent from when they're trying to collect their rent. As you lay on the rent, they were like, Dan, when we're gonna need that money, Dan. When the elevators go into the ground, someone goes in and pushes the same button I pushed this. Oh, yeah. Oh, you know, speaking of elevators, actually, when you get an elevator, you go in for, let's say you're on a ground floor, and you go into floor, I don't know, 10 or whatever, right? So you push number 10. And then just as the doors are closing, somebody like runs in, they get the door right before, they get in the elevator, okay, cool, whatever. You're on the ground floor, you're going to 10, they run to the elevator, get in, and then they pressed 1. Just floor number 1. So, alright. You get to floor number 1, somebody else gets in. They go into floor number 2. Ugh. You get to floor number 2, somebody else gets in. They go into floor number 3. Ugh. Like, man, you just looking at the thing like, why though? Why though? I ain't trying to be rude enough, and I know not all disabilities are visible. I get that, but why though? Like, why though? You ran for the elevator. Clearly, you're able-bodied, right? You don't have massive bags with you. Like, why though? Or, and you know what the worst one is actually when they get in, they press the first button number 1 or whatever it is, or whatever one floor they go into. Then they say something like, "Sorry, I'm just so lazy." Like that doesn't make it better. That doesn't make it better. Sorry, I'm being lazy. I know. Like, yeah, doesn't make it better, dude. In fact, if anything, that makes it worse. Like you're acknowledging your own laziness, and then it just doesn't make it better. Oh, what's Ed gonna do? Where people keep the elevator door open while having a nice little conversation in some way. Right, when the conversation's right. It's just like standing by the door. Oh yeah, and make sure you tell. Oh yeah, and by the way, yeah. All right, see you later. Oh yeah, just one more thing, yeah. Oh flipping hell! Slide in the DMs already. Come on. Really makes it worse, right? Oh, right. Mulder better run. Come on, Mulder. How you tripping on stairs? You're an FBI agent. Sam's back.
Guess who's back? Back again.
Ooh. got him. You're checking out them X-Files. Kinda, yeah, kinda. They're not quite X-Files for the X-Files though, but they're not so far. All done. Bye-bye. Oh. Oof. Alright, that was episode 3. Episode 3. Oh, blood. That was interesting, actually. Here's the thing, what I'd say about the first 3 episodes so far is that they I guess they're going in a direction where it's less X-Files-y, if that makes sense. Like, they are still dealing with some weird cases, but it's less about sort of like aliens and that kind of stuff. It's more about actually things that could possibly actually happen. You know, so the first episode, it was, you know, he was just looking for the proof of the aliens, but, you know, so that was pretty just kind of regular stuff what he does there. The second episode had the mutant, and they explain it with the radioaction, so that's something that could possibly happen. I mean, I guess it's still kind of far-fetched science, but it's not an impossible concept, at least. And in this episode about, you know, the exposure to the toxins was possibly causing people to kind of feel a bit weird around technology and seeing their fears come up. So it's like, yeah, these things could, again, it's still a little out there, but it's not so out there that you think, oh, that can never happen, right? So I guess, at least so far with these first 3 episodes of season 2, that it's going along a more grounded route with their cases, where it's still kind of out there a little bit, but not so out there where it's completely impossible. So that's an interesting take for the second season, at least second season so far. That was just the first 3 episodes. We'll do the 4, 5, and 6 next week. But yeah, no, it's pretty cool so far. I'm digging it. I was a bit tired myself, and I don't know, I feel like my eyes were drooping on stream. I don't know if anybody noticed. I felt like my eyes were kind of drooping on stream a little bit, but hopefully I think I still understood what was going on. I think I was still kind of paying attention. I didn't feel lost, at least, anyway, but yeah, definitely started to feel tired. So oof. Anyway, let's chat for a little bit before we do depart ways. Let me just come over here. I believe tech will kill us all eventually. I don't doubt that. I mean, maybe not in our lifetimes, but eventually, like Skynet, like the Terminator, like all them movies like that. The way they're talking about AI and the potential for AI. I mean, how much longer it is before AI is implemented in medicines, in operations, in things like that. You know, how long till you got robots doing everything. And then if they can teach themselves various things about people, then all those stuff like iRobot, all those Isaac Asimov books, you know, they could very well come true, at least some version of that. So I don't doubt that at all. I don't doubt that. I feel like technology is great, it's amazing, and we should definitely embrace it, but at the same time, we should think about how far things are going and the potential for things going wrong, and what do we do if things go wrong? What do we have in place to help people, to make sure like people are still okay? You know what I mean? Like, what do we have in place for that, rather than just saying, here's the technology, have fun, you know, and just unleash this thing onto the world, and has all these kind of mad effects. It's like, yeah, let's maybe don't do it that way. Ever plan on watching Millennium, a TV series? I don't believe I've ever even heard of that show, to be honest with you. I don't think I've ever even heard of that show. Millennium. Let me look up real quick. I'm not sure I can even find on the movie database. I'm not sure I'm even seeing it on the movie database. Starring Lance Henriksen. Okay, I think I found it on Google. Lance Henriksen as Frank Black. Fame is an American television series created by Chris Carter. Created by the X-Files, aired on Fox from 25th October 1996 to May 21, 1999. 3 seasons, 67 episodes. Okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Have I had it? I guess it was on TV, and I just never watched it. But I mean, never say never. Never say never. Has Terry O'Quinn in it. It was in Lost. You know, and I said Terminator will happen first, and everyone thought I was nuts. I mean, pretty much a lot of these old sci-fi movies from like probably going back to like the 50s or 60s, maybe even earlier than that. But I feel like a lot of these old sci-fi movies are practically predicting the future. You know, even if they didn't realize they were predicting the future, like a lot of them were predicting the future. Yeah, it might have seemed silly and dumb and so far-fetched, especially back then. But bruh, the way AI's got, the way they're talking about AI right now. The way they're talking about AI right now, it's like it don't seem so far-fetched anymore. It don't seem so far-fetched anymore. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. Excuse me. Oof. Oh man. Maybe at least dead before that happens. Well, we might not get to choose. We might not get to choose. I saw one thing about self-driving buses being approved somewhere. Let me try and see if I can find the article actually. But I saw something about self-driving buses being approved in the UK. go. It's official. Driverless buses have arrived in the UK. This is from timeout.com. Since Scotland, Stagecoach has launched a fleet of 5 single-decker buses along a 14-mile route from Ferrytoll Park and Ryden Fife and Edinburgh Park train and tram interchange. They are designed to be completely autonomous. You know, there's no driver behind the wheel. Yeah, that's the thing. And that's in Scotland. It's on a trial basis until 2025, it says. Transhumanism might happen sooner. Transhumanism was mean like when you become like part human, part robot. Or you talk about transgender people. A whole new meaning to transphobic. A robot, okay, cool. Well, not cool, but oof. Yeah. I mean, the thing about snap. The thing of all of this is like technology is inevitable, right? And unfortunately, we can't stop it. We can't stop things from happening or people from adopting things and all of that. But yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like there's certain things, as much as I like technology, as much as I'm a big fan of advancements and stuff like that, I just feel like there's certain things where it just doesn't seem like a good idea to me. Like anything that replaces a person, you know what I mean? It can't be just... Nah, I feel like there's... Because any job you do is more than just the job, right? I think people... I hope people know this, but any job you do, it's more than just a job. Like, it's more than just a series of tasks. And if you reduce any job to a series of tasks, you could effectively, in theory, create an AI or some kind of robots or something to automate that thing, you know, those tasks. Like if you reduce any job to just being a series of tasks, you could, in theory, create an AI that does those tasks, some kind of AI or robot or whatever that does those tasks, right? But that be it. It would just be these tasks to be done. You would lose the humanity of it. You would lose the nuance that people bring to a situation. You know, the adaptability that a person can recognize where you have to step away from those tasks and do something different. You lose that completely because an AI is just going to do what an AI is programmed to do and nothing else, nothing more, nothing less. And there may be programs that handle this situation, or if this happens, it can do this, and if that happens, it can do that. So there may be a series of situations it be able to handle, but not every situation is programmable. You know, in fact, most of them are not, because that's life. You cannot program for every single eventuality. So I feel like, as much as, yeah, it's cool about technology and advancements and this, that, and the other, but when it's helping people, cool. We use the technology to help people, cool. We use the technology to replace people, nah. I think you're just going to run into problems. But I think the unfortunate, sad truth is that, as much as I think that, and maybe you might agree or other people might agree, I think the sad truth is that a lot of us do often choose convenience over nuance, you know? And I can't lie, I do that myself sometimes. Well, maybe more than sometimes. You know, you choose convenience over nuance, over, you know, detail. You know, sometimes you put up with something being subpar just because it's convenient. You know, I know I've done that. I can't pretend. I know I've done that. And I think that could be, in my view, that could be the deciding factor of how well these things get adopted. Are people willing to choose the convenience that it can provide over the nuance and the detail that a human can provide, because an AI can never provide a better service than a person, but it can be more convenient and it can be more efficient. And if people end up choosing that over what a person can do, and if people are happy to for their things to be just a series of tasks and nothing more, you know, that could be, yeah, that could be the deciding thing. I mean, hopefully not. I don't want to see that personally. I'd rather not see that, but I think that's what it could come down to. I refuse to get in any car or bus that drives itself. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'd want to do it just for the sake of doing it. You know, for the sake of saying, oh, okay, I've been in a driverless car. You know, I feel like for the novelty of it, I'd like to do it. But as a regular thing, I don't think so. Because I feel like a driverless car, there's a few circumstances where it could be fine, right? Where maybe the trip is relatively short, there isn't very many obstacles along the way, maybe not too many turns as well, so mostly straights. I feel like a journey like that, a driverless car you could probably make a driverless car to handle a journey like that very well. But yeah, certainly when you're talking about driving in the city or just driving through where you have like roadworks, where you have like, you know, pets, people, children, you know, so many things happening at once, you know, where you have like, you know, drunk people, you know, you just got so many things happening at one time. That's why I'll be like, you know, I would not trust an AI car to handle that. You know, I just wouldn't. There's just too many things that can happen in such a short amount of time, where it's not just a simple case of slow down and stop. You know, there's like more to it than that. And I just wouldn't trust an AI to be able to handle. I look, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they'll build AI cars that can handle all those situations perfectly one day. But nah, I'd be very reluctant to be in a self-driving car that didn't have a person behind the wheel ready to take over at a moment's notice in case things go down. Nah. Even then, still not for me. Too many tech issues. But yeah, I just feel like you can't, well, I mean, I guess technically you can, but you shouldn't be able to just reduce somebody's job down to a series of tasks and say, okay, we can create something that can perform those tasks. Because sure, you can create something that can perform those tasks, but you lose the humanity of it. And when you're dealing with people, you need people to be able to deal with people. Like, how many times do you call up like a customer services line and they've got those automated responses? Push 1 for such and such, and they try to help you through some automated voice, but it's never like what you want, so you always go to speak to a human, right? Because like there's maybe like a few things you can program and be like, okay, an AI can deal with maybe a simple task here, but people ultimately need to speak with people. You know, people need to speak with people. You can't replace that with a robot and think everything's going to be fine. I've always wanted a Johnny cab though. What's a Johnny cab? What is a Johnny cab? Is that like where they sell you condoms in a cab or something? Like, what's a Johnny cab? Oh wait, I think like a robot driver. Okay, totally. Okay, yeah. Come on, Haze. Yeah, I have seen Total Recall. I have seen this movie. It was a long time ago. I should probably watch it again to refresh my memory, but yeah. Get your ass to Mars. We managed to get through a stream with no issues. How about that? I feel like that's the first time in ages we got through a stream with no issues. Awesome. Free Hill Lady. Oh, right. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. Makes me wish I had free hands. Total Recall was awesome and probably had, oh, for sure, for sure. Golden Star. That and what's that one? Running Man. That and Running Man. Yeah, ahead of their time. And by the way, those part of the Arnold Schwarzenegger season we're doing eventually. They'll be in their event at some point. Total Recall and Running Man. Wait a minute. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Oh, all right. Oof. Paul Verhoeven did, yeah, for sure. He did RoboCop. He was director of RoboCop. He also did Starship Troopers. And he also did another sci-fi movie called Showgirls, who I've heard of. Scientific futuristic sci-fi movie Showgirls. I don't know if you heard of that one, but he directed that too. Man, used to be Sub-Zero, now just plain Zero. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Guess again. I actually have a video coming on the movie channel. It's technically a video that I made a while ago, but it's been unlisted for a good while because it's changes, blah blah blah, all that stuff. Anyway, I've decided to put some of my old movie analysis videos on the movie channel. In fact, I actually decided that ages ago, and I just forgot to do it. But in recent times, big up Dad for reminding me. Yeah, I'm putting my old. Some of my old, not all of them, because some of them are just a bit too old and like, you know what I mean. Some of them need to stay in the past, quite frankly. But yeah, I'm putting some old movie analysis videos on the movie channel. Hopefully in the next sort of weeks, months, as I kind of release them gradually. But yeah, one of them is about the Running Man. So yeah, about how the Running Man predicted 2017. In fact, actually, so. Was it 2017 or 2016 or one of these years anyway? But how the Running Man predicted the future. So yeah, look out for that at some point in the whenever that gets ready. See Showgirls, it's scary. Well, accent was anyway. Bruh, can you believe that was Elizabeth Berkley? Elizabeth Berkley, Jessie Spano from Saved by the Bell. And hey, listen, of course she's allowed to do what she wants to do. That's her business. I ain't saying that. But when somebody goes from playing Jessie Spano to Showgirls, oof, that is a... Hey, listen, people want to talk about range in actors. That's a range. You know what I mean? That is a range. You can't... I mean, yeah, maybe the film wasn't so great. I think the film ended up flopping as well. But yeah, when people talk about actors range, that is range. You know what I mean? That was a big change in character. So, well, she tried something different. Didn't quite work out for her, but oh well. Oh well. Also, right. Exactly. Talk about what the films you watch for the wrong reasons. Yep, that's one of them. That is definitely one of them. There's probably a story in there somewhere, I'm sure. This is watching that film for all the wrong reasons. Literally gave it her all, like, bruh. Gave us everything. She bared her soul. Well, she bears the skin covering her soul, at least, anyway. But she really tried, bless her. Yeah. What's Jessie Spano doing now? Let me look her up real quick. What is Jessie Spano or Elizabeth Berkley doing in 2023? I think they did a Saved by the Bell reboot. I believe she was a part of. I think that's the last I heard of her. Where they did a reboot of Saved by the Bell. But let's see here, looking up on the movie database right now. Yeah, so her last credit was Saved by the Bell, the reboot series. She was in 20 episodes between 2020 and 2021. But she does have one upcoming project. It's a TV series called The Idol. And I guess that's due out in 2023. Even that's what it seems to say here. So she's still got jobs coming through. That's cool. She's still doing alright. She's still finding work. She's still been working pretty consistently, actually. She's done like a lot of TV and some movies. She was in S Darko, which is the Donnie Darko series, Donnie Darko sequel. It's a terrible movie, by the way. So I do not recommend watching that. She was in an episode of Black Widow as Grace Miller. Well, maybe 2 episodes actually. Or was it 1 episode or 2 episodes? She's got 2 credits, but that doesn't matter. Oh wait, sorry, it's a TV movie, not TV series. Excuse me. Black Widow TV movie. So not Black Widow TV series. Sorry, I'm an idiot. Black Mirror was a TV series. Never mind. I'm just reading it wrong. I'm tired. I need to go to bed. But yeah, she's kept working pretty consistently by the looks of it. She's done quite a lot of stuff, a lot of TV, some movies as well. And yeah, got an upcoming project. So that's pretty cool. She's doing all right. Imagine going from being known from a popular kids show to hanging that chick from that bad movie. Oh, that's pretty much what happened. That's pretty much what happened. But to her credit, it's not the only bad movie she's done. She's done a few bad movies since then. Like, at least I mean, S Darko is definitely a terrible movie. So that's at least 1 bad movie she's done since then. I don't think anybody saw S Darko though, so maybe don't worry too much about that one. But yeah, she's done a bunch of stuff that I've never heard of, so I don't want to talk too much about that. I don't want to say how. Oh, she was in Any Given Sunday, actually. That's a pretty cool movie. Played Mandy Murphy in Any Given Sunday. Brax.
Guess who's back again.
Yeah, guys, it is almost tomorrow, so I gotta start winding down and wrapping up. Next live stream should be Thursday, around about 8 p.m. GMT, playing some games, playing Final Fantasy. doing some more grinding with Final Fantasy, or if possible, I might see if I can go to the cave. Maybe if I get time, I'll try and do some grinding off stream, and then on stream I can just go straight to the North Cave. But we'll see. That depends if I get time to do some grinding, gameplay tomorrow maybe. But if not, then yeah, it'll be some grinding, trying to get to level 60. And then we'll see if we get time to go to North Cave as well. And I did watch recently a new season of Slasher on Shadow. It was set around the Jack the Ripper times. Had your diverse cast, black dude as the lead. The only thing that buggered was he had that bugs were. I read that wrong. The only thing that bugged, buggered. Buggered means something completely different. Yo, Ben! You know, made it back in time before the stream ends. Yay. Yeah, just about ending now actually, but yeah, appreciate you coming through. Appreciate you coming through. The bug was he had dreads. I was like, there's no way you have that hair in those times. You could have actually. I mean, dreads, dreadlock style dreadlock hairstyle's been around a long time, so it's possible. I mean, when was Jack the Ripper? Let's see real quick, because Jack the Ripper's thing was 1800s, wasn't it? When was Jack the Ripper? Yeah, late 1800s. Yeah, dreadlock hairstyles have been around a long time. Like, I don't know how long, but it's thousands of years, I think. Let me see here. Dreadlock's been around. Yeah, they go back to about 16 to 1500 BC. Not the way he had it. It was very. He has very cool belt hair. Let me try to see this real quick. Then, what's the show called again? Slasher. Let me see if I can find a picture. Actually, I'm not sure I got the right one. This looks too. This might be a different thing I'm looking at. Is it like, which season is it? Is it season 3, 4, 5? Yeah, I'm not sure I can find pictures of this guy. Ah, well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Maybe I'll try and find it offline or another time or something. And no biggie. Yeah, no biggie. Cornelia Jacobs concert in London. She represented Sweden in the original concert against last year. Oh, nice. Yeah, we both had a good day. I appreciate coming through, Ben. But yeah, man, had a decent time. We just watched 3 episodes of X-Files season 2. He looks far too cool for that era. It's the little things that get me, and the science of the intestines. It was huge. The venue. Yeah, true say though, like I've seen a few stuff myself where they're set in a particular time, and just certain things about the style of the characters were like, nah. It was like, nah. certain little details. A lot of times, it's not even big issues. Like, it's not like a major problem. It's more like a whatever thing, really. But at the same time, you're just looking at it like, nah, not at that time. Nah, come on. Somebody needs to like inform the wardrobe department. Thanks. Enjoy the first 3 episodes, season 2. Yeah, no, they're pretty cool. I don't think I watched these the first time round, or if I did, I've definitely forgotten them. But yeah, we're pretty cool. Bit more down to earth X-Files style. But yeah, guys, one must depart ways. Enjoy the series a lot. It was fun, and these little bit picky things. That's cool though. Nitpicking movies is fun. I think so anyway. Once you pick, you can't go big. Alright guys, yes, so Thursday should be the next stream, 8 PM GMT. Hopefully you guys can make it. If you can stay for a little bit or stay for a lot of bits, it'd be appreciated. But for now, I'm gonna go to bed, guys, until whenever, if ever. Peace.